Hello everyone! Today we're going to be painting this beautiful fantasy fish. Grab your watercolors and let's go! Today I'm going to be using a fairly inexpensive watercolor paint set by Graby. They have every color you'll need for this fish. You're going to start off by tracing a fish pattern. Change it up, make it your pattern. Every fish is different, right? Spray your watercolors down with some water. You can use any little container you have, put some water in it and spray them down and get them wet. Today we're going to be using an artist brush size 12. We're going to get it wet. And then we're just going to go across the top of the fish with plain water. Just a nice even coat of water across the top. I'm going to get some pink for my fish. You can get whatever color you like. It's your fantasy. You want to make the pigmentation of the color deeper in some areas and lighter in some areas. And look at that watercolor paper that you're using. Expect it to spread out a little bit. I like the edge, the top edge, just to be a little darker. Over the course of painting this, your colors are going to blend and change. Next, I'm going to add some orange and just come across. My paintbrush is super wet. That way my colors, my pink and my orange, are going to start blending together a little. I like to keep things wet. I'm going to add some yellow now. I'm just dotting it in. Just take your paintbrush and do what I do. Follow along, you've got this. I'm just adding a bit of yellow at the top now. Don't be afraid. Let those colors blend together. It will make for a beautiful fish. I'm getting my brush really wet. I'm wetting that pink down. And I'm just going to come along in the middle and add a little more pink and let it blend in with that golden yellow. Curving around the fish's head, because we're going to come back to that fish's head and make that even a different color. Now we're going to add some blue at the bottom. Very wet paintbrush and glide that paint on. There you go. Don't be afraid to add more water. That's just going to help all of your paints blend together. See how it's going into that pink? That will change it more into a little purple color. You don't want to do too much though. You can add little drops of water and then just come back and work it. You want it to vary. Blend everything together a little. I'm just going to dab some more pink in there. See, I'm just dotting it along. All right, we're going to rinse all the color out of our brush. And we're going to start working on the tail now. We're going to give it a different color. We're going to start by just adding some water and pulling down a little bit of color into there from that blue. Just very, very light. Stay within the lines of your fishtail and you'll have no issues. I'm going to grab a little bit of green and just work that down in there. Add a little yellow, and then just drag that yellow down at the bottom of your blue, and that's going to be a little bit of green made. You know how blue and yellow make green, right? And that just brings it all together. So now we're going to work on the fish's head. Clean your paintbrush. Just bring some clear water and paint the fish head. Avoid the lips because we're going to do those a different color. You can paint over the fish's eye. I just have a little yellow that I'm bringing into the fish head. And don't be surprised if you get a little bit of pink in there too. All that color will blend. Just dot it around in there. See how I'm bringing it down into the pink? And if you notice at this point, all of our colors are blending nicely. Okay, we're going to start on the fin. Just clear water on the fin. Grab a little yellow, whatever color you want. You could put orange here. I'm using yellow right now, but I'm going to bring some orange into it in a minute. And don't be afraid if that yellow touches the top of that fish, that red color, that pink color. All right, we're just going to go around and do each of these fins. We're going to do the top fins, the bottom fins, and then we're even going to do that fin that's up by the face. For right now, we're going to add a little orange to that, just a dab, and then we can come down here to the bottom fin, use a little water. I've already got some orange on there. And don't be afraid if that greenish blue color leaks in there. It's okay. See how I added some orange? And then I'm just going to dot some orange into these fins. Just a splattering of paint, that's all. All right, let's do the other fin. Water first. And yeah, I've still got a little paint on my brush. And that works. And I'm just going to dot some more yellow in there. little orange. I'm just kind of cleaning up the face a little bit. I'm going to bring some of that orange up into the face just slightly. You can use whatever colors you want for this fish. Your fish does not have to look like mine. All fish are different. I'm just bringing that color out a little bit and blending it all together. I'm bringing it to the edges. All right, I grabbed a little blue. Just kind of doing an outline in blue. It will appear a little green though. Just dab it at the edges. And then we're just going to run a little bit of this color through the tail. Use the tip of your brush and just pull it down. You're probably thinking right now that the tail does not look like a fish tail. But rest assured, it's going to be one. When we're done with this project today, you're going to have a beautiful fish. You can take your brush, a little bit more blue, and just drag it through the other colors slightly. All right, we're pretty well done with the watercolors. And now we're going to let it dry. You may have to step away from this for maybe 30 minutes to let it dry naturally. Or you could grab a blow dryer and just hit it with some heat for maybe a minute. You have to be careful not to let that fast air from the blow dryer blend the colors more than you want them to. Now that our fish is dried completely, we're going to put away our paint set. Again, this is just the Graby set. I found these on Amazon. All right, now get your black marker, your pen, and we're going to do some outlining of this fish. I love to use the black pen. It just sets off those colors so well. Make sure your fish is completely dry. Nice, broad, swooping moments with that pen. Always look where you're going, and you'll get pretty much a smooth line. Even though you have little areas that you went outside the line on, those can be fixed. On those areas, you just tilt your marker a little bit and make the line a little thicker in those areas. That's exactly what I did right here. Now we're just going to kind of do the little lips a little bit here. Outline those, because remember, we're coming back to these lips. I'm still trying to decide what color these lips are going to be. If I'm going to want them red, pink. See how that black marker just makes the color pop. This is like one of my favorite things to do. I love getting into the details and making the fish come to life. be afraid to come down into the color with your marker to get a little bit of zigzag there for the fins. We'll go around to each of the fins. We're going to be coming back to these fins. We still got a lot of detail to do. Your fishtail, you can make a little ziggy-zaggy on the end. All right, we're going to put away that pin and we're going to grab one of those micron pins. The micron pen I'm going to use today is an 08. This pen will give you a thinner line than the other one we were using. Now our detail work starts. We're just going to draw some lines through those fins. Some of the lines are going to be thicker, some are thinner. It just depends on how much pressure you put on the pen. These will be a little swooping. Always go in the direction that your fin is. Pretty easy, huh? All right, we're gonna go across the top of the fish. We're just gonna make some lines. It's almost like you're scribbling when you were a kid. This is gonna give it a little detail and some color. Bring it across the top of the fish, just like scribbling. And you just hold your pen lightly. And if you want to come back over it, you can. All right, we're just going to go lightly. Fun, huh? This is where your artistic talent comes in, guys, because you can do whatever you want with this area. You can follow along and just draw little lines with me. Just little scribbly things, guys. Doesn't the fish look so much better adding some ink to it? We're going to add some little black dots. They can be any size, they can be curly cues. This is your fantasy fish. I'm down here in the middle part now, in the pink, and I'm just doing some squiggly lines. However you want to do them, just squiggle your lines. Let's bring those lines down through the tail area. Going to add a little light ink to the face. Doesn't need much. we're going to come back to those lips. I think he's looking pretty darn good. Gonna color in that eye. All right. All right, I'm gonna use this pink metallic pen. We're gonna work on those lips. You want to be careful to stay in those black lines, but if you get outside those lines, we can come back with that other black pen and touch up that, which is probably what I'm going to have to do. These metallic pens are going to need a little drying time. But once they're dry, we're going to take our marker and we're going to go over those lip lines. We're getting so close to being done with this fantasy fish. All right, I've given those lips some drying time, and now I'm going to grab my thick marker again. And we're going to go over them. Just be very careful again. And the fish's lips will pop again because of the color in that black marker. All right. I think we're done with the fish. I hope you've enjoyed your fantasy fish today, and I hope you come back. I've got other watercolor videos out there that I think you'll enjoy. So come back and see me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.